has been recently fenced. I will request Naveed Safdar to be kind enough to do something for us for this park. He is here. I will request him. Askari Bank zonal manager is meeting me tomorrow, and I wanted them to open a mini branch. They have their own problems, like how many clients do they get each day, how many people tap ATM. But I've told them, my opening of APS account with any bank is conditional to their opening a branch here. If they open a branch here, I will request all you people, you are here, I will ask you and request you to transfer your bank account to the resident branch, whichever branch comes here, so that those people also have a reason to come here. So the maintenance charges, the school fees, and your personal accounts, we would like that bank to manage so that they are attracted and they have a reason to offer us services at the doorstep. There was pending asphalt work in some of the blocks, like D block, which we have completed besides some patchwork. Kind of plant manager, Naveed, are you here? Okay, thank you very much. The recent rains showed us a mirror and some culverts were washed away. So 2 culverts are bridges. We are planning to connect oleander with daffodils and one within oleanders. Now coming over to a gigantic job that was assigned to me of residents, the members of the homes and the non-balloted ones. There were 892 non-balloted members whose houses had not yet started. When we deliver, nothing was known. So General came up with a very unique idea. We got back to those people and we asked them, what if we pay you back some additional amount? What if we give you a plot instead of a home? Will you accept it? And Alhamdulillah, after the last ballot on Thursday, we are left with 221 people out of 892. A huge liability is off my mind. And people said this is impossible. But I said my first priority is the unballoted ones who have no hope. And Alhamdulillah, we are giving them a plot of 8 marla right within the premises of DHA Homes at 2.8 million. We are returning them 14 lakh rupees, and that 2.8 million plot that we give them is easily sellable in the market for no less than 80 lakh rupees. So they make quick money, my liability is over, and I'm happy. The next problem was construction of homes. 1,200 members with 54 additional homes. When General was given this job, this task in N20, there were 380 houses ready. When I joined in early January 21, 417 were ready. Alhamdulillah, today 700 is the figure that you see here, but I have just signed 3 more handing overs. So 703 houses have been handed over, and almost 200 additional are ready to be handed over. So out of 1,200 houses for the members, 900 are ready, and the rest are in different stages of grey and finishing, which if Allah helps us, inshallah ta'ala, I will be able to complete by end of December. And by end of December, inshallah ta'ala, our liability of constructing of homes and addressing the unballoted members will be over. A small job, as it looks like, development of 2387 plots, the valley plots. This was another job that was given to me, and as of now, 1778 are ready, 609, majority work has been done, and in more than 70%, we are just waiting for the asphalt and the curbstones to be placed. So these 2387 plots, inshallah ta'ala, will be ready by end of November. And now I come to the topic of today, which is Army Public School, DHA homes. This idea was floated times and again, and a preliminary work was also done, and it was estimated that about 17 million will be required. The buildings that you see on your left, these were old barracks for the security people, and these buildings were to be reshaped, renovated, and a 17 million rupee was required for just the 2 blocks, 1 and 2. General gave us this task, and he said that funds are limited, but no compromise on quality. These are two conflicting things. But I said, okay, we will try. So, buy, borrow, or steal. I happen to be a thief. So I started with the theft cases first. There were certain abandoned material lying in Sunflower. The curbstones, the tiles, which we abandoned long time back. So first thing I did, if the others can steal, why can't I? So I started stealing the curbstones and the tough tiles from that place. And whatever you see here, I have not spent a penny. Allah mujhe maaf kare. It was our property, by the way. It was our own property. I'm just making a joke. It was our property, but we thought we'll not use it. So if the others were taking it away, I said, why not I? And then whatever you see here mostly is a mirror image of another school in Askari 11, Lahore, which was the brainchild of General Naveed Safdar. And he told us first thing, he said, before you put the first brick, your teachers and you go and have a visit. I'm a zamindar, by the way. I don't know nothing about the school business. So when I went there and I saw that school, it was an eye-opener for me. Honestly, it was an eye-opener for me. So I said, let's not reinvent the wheel. Whatever you get from that place, replicate, put it here. So this is what I did. And when I went there, I saw anybody, whoever happens to go to Lahore, I will request spare some time and visit the school. It is a school for Shohda, JCOs, NCOs of Army. Colony है, colony और उसका एक अपना integral school है. But now people are yearning to get their children admitted there. So our mission, our vision is all borrowed. I have not invented it. The entire work was undertaken on self-help basis, like I've said. My own mason, my gardeners, mere mali, they were the laborers, they were the gardeners, they were the painters. Similarly, a mason was the main head of the masons. The only thing which I outsourced was the tile work and the paint work, interior paints. False ceiling. False ceiling and the tiles. These are the only two things which I outsourced. The rest was all done by my own people. Furniture, he said, Aligarh se jaake le lena. Not knowing कि जी उधर price क्या है. बहरहाल, because we didn't have to compromise on quality. So एक तरफ से पैसे, एक तरफ से अलीगढ़ का furniture, but मजबूरी थी. So all the furniture that you find inside, जो पाकिस्तान का जो schools का जो top most furniture maker है अलीगढ़, अलीगढ़ लाहौर का, ये सब उसका बना हुआ है. और इसके अलावा we explored another one, Office First, who has a factory right here in the Rawat industrial area. Again, piece of art. The rides that you see outside are work of Green Earth, which uses all the reusable material. And it has a lifetime guarantee, they say. Like I said, the recent rains, अल्लाह ने किया कि शायद हमारे लिए एक बहुत अच्छी बात थी कि अल्लाह ने हमारा जो क्वालिटी टेस्ट करना था इन बारिशों से कर दिया। मैं जितना पेंट करके अपनी तरफ से फीता कटाने के चक्कर में तैयार था, जब बारिशें हुई तो ये नहीं पता चल रहा था कि पानी छत में किधर से आ रहा है, छतों से, दीवारों से, एंड द सीवरेज वाज बॉइलिंग आउट। Then I came to understand that there were many things which we had ignored. So the best quality test we had last month, we don't need any more quality assurance now. उसके बाद we completely relayed my sewerage, completely relayed the storm water drainage, और उसको इतना over expectations जो हो सकती थी उसके हिसाब से प्लान किया कि कभी भी जब बच्चे आ जाएं तो फिर ये दोबारा इश्यूज ना आए। Our process for registration is on, and residents, good thing, you must know that so far all the staff that I have selected, I have not taken only one teacher from outside. जब हमारी अपनी बच्चियां घरों में बैठी हैं और वो अच्छा पढ़ा सकती हैं और काबिल हैं, तो I said first priority goes to my residents. This school primarily इस वक्त है Montessori up to class 5th and daycare we are starting. We are fully staffed, fully geared up to do that. This area has a capacity to go beyond secondary level. वही जो आपको 3 barracks इधर नज़र आ रही हैं वो आगे भी है, और वही जब हमारा ये प्रोजेक्ट जूं क्लोज होता जाएगा और रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ लेबर एंड मैन पावर कम होती जाएगी तो वो बिल्डिंग्स भी राइट वे अवेलेबल है। सो दिस टुडे व्हाट यू सी इज़ अ बिगिनिंग, जस्ट अ बिगिनिंग, एंड अल्लाह नोज वेयर वी एंड अप, बट सेकेंडरी स्कूल लेवल इज़ जस्ट अ विश अवे। मिनी ज़ू इंशाल्लाह ताला मुझे बहुत उम्मीद है कि हमारी मैम जो हैं वो मुझ पे तरस खाएंगी, मुझे कुछ परिंदे देंगी वहाँ से, तो वो मैंने पिंजरे तैयार करके रख लिए हैं, मुझे ज़ू के लिए भी परिंदे चाहिए, वो जो मिल जाएंगे। Now this was how, now I come to the salience of the school itself. Like I said, no wheel invention, वहीं से borrow किया, and this is the three word vision was given by General Naveed to the school in Lahore, and exactly the same vision we have coined for ourselves, which is Insaniyat, Islamiyat, and Pakistaniyat. Actually, if you see, it embodies everything that you can think of. So these three words encapsulate a complete code of life. The mission is flashed on the screen, you can see it. To begin with, it is character building. And last point that you see is emphasis on maths and English. As of now, the school can accommodate 120 students in Montessori and 120 students in the junior section. The school is organized with an activity room, an EPL, a library, a computer room, a sick room, all these things which are supposed to be there in any quality school, we have them under our roof. Then we will also like to have a CCTV coverage in our daycare so that the parents, the mothers, they are self-assured that the children is being looked after well anytime they want to tap on their mobile and see. Digital teaching, again, this is brainchild of General Naveed, and he is going to guide us further on how we can switch from our primitive teaching techniques to the digital ones. I was very concerned with the teachers we had. They were very competent ladies, all three. Maheen, किधर नजर आ रही हैं? Can you see three stand up? Okay. Maheen, Tuba, and Nasima. And a daycare in charge, ma'am. Shabana is also here. Okay. So these three ladies, they have plenty of education experience, but I still wanted, they frequently attend workshops, and the first workshop that we had was in APS DHA phase 2. Rides, secondary school, I've talked about. Finally, a word of thanks. First of all, thank you, sir, Naveed, for your vision, steering us at each step, and funds and quality. Thank you, Tasawwur and my GM. खड़े हो जाएं ज़रा, किधर हैं? These are the two guys who converted this primitive looking barrack into this quality institute. Subedar Rashid, this is the management team in charge, head of my gardeners, head of the painter, head of the mason. For whatever issues that we had, we looked up to him. And then my gardeners are not here. I tell you, they have been digging sewerage lines. They have been doing everything possible with those 4 guys and 2 daily wages people, sir. They have done a tremendous job. मैंने ऐसे हलाल खाते हुए बहुत कम लोग देखे और ऐसा गरीब आदमी. Teachers I hired before I started the work, and my teachers happen to be graphic designers more than teachers. So whatever idea I had in mind, I would tell them to give me a graphic design, and that graphic design I will give it to Tasawwur and my GM to put their civil engineering skills to that graphic design. And Major Akram sir, where are you? I'm sure he is there. Without Major Akram, I honestly say I wouldn't have been able to do it. Thank you, sir. You gave it to me, Major Akram. I hope he's not on loan. He's with me now. And now I've been talking about mostly the micro level things concerned with homes and school. We'll take advantage of the presence of the general, and I'll ask him to please come over and give us a holistic view of what all is happening in the valley and what vision he does have unfulfilled and tasking us. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Respectable senior citizens, we have one senior army officer sitting here. Respectable ladies and gentlemen, the resident of DHA Homes, and my team of DHA Homes, and my other officers and staff is also sitting here. Thank you very much for being with us. It is a very unique day in the history of DHA Homes. Certainly, it was my dream to establish a school. Remember, no community can stand its own unless you develop and evolve a comprehensive education system and you build other supporting infrastructure which is required primarily for a community living. I'm extremely thankful to Brigadier Iftikhar Alam and his entire team. He mentioned their names for a job very well done. I have no words of appreciation, sir, for you and for your entire team. Now let me, if you people are not tired and you still have little bit stamina to bear with me, to say few things very openly and bluntly. Let this aircraft pass. Am I audible now? Right. When I took over this project, Allah gave me an opportunity also to understand the project, because in 2020 March, when I was assigned the task by the Chief of Army Staff, Corona, COVID-19 spread, and everything, entire life came to standstill. So I utilized this time till October to understand all these 4 different projects. And when I came for the first time to the DHA homes, I was shocked in a kind of a condition in which the people were living. I could see cattle and stray dogs moving next to the houses. I can imagine how difficult it would have been for the people to stay here. I immediately started the revival of this entire community, and my foremost requirement in this was security and building the school. There was a location which was earmarked for school, and for that minimum 500 millions were required. How could I provide 500 million for a school? I said we will use the old buildings and we'll immediately come up with this school. And had I outsourced, contractor was asking for 50 million just for renovation of these 3 buildings. Gentlemen, 50 million. This school with all infrastructure, with furniture, with all ACs in the Montessori, all classes, this entire area that you see, everything costed us just 17 million. Where there is a will, there is a way. Now let me talk about school and my vision. This is not the first school that I have established. I've established number of schools, and over the years I have gained good experience, because my personal lifetime ambition and desire is, if you want to change this country, you can only change through imparting quality education to the Pakistani youth. If you can't do this, gentlemen, we are heading for a disastrous future. On 14th August, in the evening around, I think 5 o'clock, I was heading for some official commitment in Chaklala garrison, and I could see young youth all along expressway from Faisal Chowk till Karal Chowk, and then we had to take a turn towards. Everywhere on motorbikes there were exuberant Pakistanis, young boys, chanting the slogans, Pakistan Zindabad. While their motivation inspired me, but I am also today worried if this motivated youth is not given a direction, if this youth is not given education, if this youth is not given skilled education, gentlemen, this youth is going to be exploded. Understand this. We are responsible as senior citizens of Pakistan to impart the good education and give direction to our next generations. That's the most important thing, and that is most worrisome for me. With regards to schools, my concept of education is very different. Gentlemen, I never had a formal education. Let me tell you today, I was born in a small village of Chakwal. वहाँ पर आज भी there is no formal school. And I am not the topper. I have always been the last bencher who hardly attended any class. Most of the time I would be playing. I don't remember any poem. I don't remember I ever scored first, second, third position. Yes, always was in last bracket. But how could I reach to these ranks? How could I really succeed in so-called in this, दुनियावी मामलात में पता नहीं अल्लाह जानते हैं हम कितने नेक और कितने बुरे इंसान हैं, लेकिन how could I attain today standing as a journal? Two things. Gentlemen, one, my parents. My parents. Without parents, I would come on to this subject separately, it's difficult to stand in the right direction. Second is the teacher, role of the teacher. I was changed by one teacher in my life in class 8 who made me realize that, look boy, you have a lot of talent and potential, you're just wasting it. Now what do I expect? Let me come to the teachers first. Brigadier Iftikhar Alam said that we are going to give first preference to the DHA homes residents for the teaching. No sir. Anybody who is going to come on the standards, that person or that lady would be employed here as teacher. Because teacher is the most important role model. Anyone who is good would be employed, and anyone who is not good, sorry, I'm not going to guarantee any job. Because I have to run an efficient school system. Building a banane se school nahi bante. You have to work on software, and software is the brain of that kid, which you have to change with conducive learning environment. You have to provide him the environment for learning. Not the merely this furniture or the building, just one part of it. It's over. Now is the quality education, and in the quality education, remember, if your kid only is mugging up the books, he is mugging up the poems, while it may be something very good, you can cherish about it, but it is not the ultimate means to succeed in life. You have to have, or you have to produce a balanced personality. You have to build their character. If If we are not working on those two environment in the school, gentlemen, we are going to fail. We are going to drastically fail. Therefore, I would urge the principal and the teachers we are going to hire, please don't take pride in just your buildings. Take pride what you have taught, how you have created environment around this boy, that he is disciplined. Our nation today lacks discipline. Because of the social media and other things, the boys, they come with lot of stresses in the school. How you really bring him in that environment that he forgets, and you create a learning environment with fun. I would request the teachers not to bully, not to even be harsh, not to be even shouting at my kids. I don't expect that. What you can do, you can give them confidence in life. My parents and my teachers only gave me confidence. Boy, you can do it. जो क्लास में बच्चे लायक होते हैं वो तो अच्छे ही होते हैं. मेरे जैसे नालायकों को अगर आप जर्नैल बना सकते हैं, that is your contribution. That is where you can achieve some kind of relief in your life, that you have done something for the cause of this entire community. Please understand this. What is your role? Your role is to develop the personality of that kid. If you start yelling, what would happen? Inculcate the self-discipline. That is most important. Why kids, they come to the school? Why? They come to learn the discipline and the social behavior while interacting with their peers. That is what is more important. And thereafter, gentlemen, when you give him the confidence, there are 2-3 fundamental requirements as per my vision. That is, you concentrate on 3 primary things. The foremost I always maintain is extracurricular activities. Debating competition, spontaneous in class, some public speaking, games, sports, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of things which have to be done in the extracurricular activities. And then I say, always, my father used to say this. While I was not studying in the school, he knew it कि ये तो class से bunk मार के निकल जाएगा. The 2 subjects he used to say they are more important than anything. One is your maths. If you are good at maths, remember you can do anything in life. You can carry out any kind of analysis. And second is, concentrate on the expression English, both written and verbal expression. If you just concentrate on these 2 subjects, I can assure you that boy would not fail in his practical life. Before that I said, build the personality. Concentrate on the character building. These are 2 things, and then these 3-4 more things that I have just said. Please concentrate on these things. Then for me, you would be good teachers. While I may not be here, but my words should be sounding all the time to your ears that you have the foremost and the biggest responsibility on your shoulders. I can assure you that if you discharge your responsibilities and duties religiously, आपके अपने बच्चे इंशाल्लाह अल्लाह पार कर देगा. हमने इन बच्चों को बनाना है. हमने इन बच्चों को बनाना है. अगली जनरेशन को हमने बनाना है. Otherwise, there would be problems. Now coming over to my vision. Insaniyat, these are subjects by itself. I will give a lecture to the teachers. how these subjects have to be incorporated in the syllabi, I would give a comprehensive briefing to the teachers, just 2-3 words. सबसे मैंने पहले कहा इंसानियत, सबसे टॉप पे इंसानियत लिखवाया. इंसान और हैवान में फर्क क्या है? इंसानियत का. If we can't through our education system make these people, younger generation, a good human being, gentlemen, फिर बड़ा मुश्किल है. उसके पास एजुकेशन तो होगी पर वो हिवान होगा, फिर वो कोई क्रिमिनल होगा, फिर वो हिंसाए का हकूक का ख्याल नहीं करेगा, वो दूसरे किसी को रोड पे गिरे हुए मुसीबत को उसके साथ खड़ा नहीं होगा. ये सबसे बड़ी चीज जो आपको इस्लाम सिखाता है, टू बी अ गुड ह्यूमन बीइंग, टू बी अ गुड ह्यूमन बीइंग. फिर उसके बाद है इस्लामियत. And so far, gentlemen, if we are going to divorce ourselves from the teachings of Islam and this concept of our religion, if this is not being practiced and followed within our family structures, within our social structure, even at national level, gentlemen, we are the losers. We are the losers. So concentrate on this concept of Islamiyat. The last is Pakistaniyat. Do you understand why this country was, at that time in 1940, इसका idea conceive किया गया था? The ideology of Pakistan. Do you understand its meaning? Pakistan का मतलब क्या? La ilaha illallah. So if you just drift away from Islamiyat and you don't have Pakistaniyat, gentlemen, our enemies are just waiting. Your situation would be Allah na kare, like Iraq and many other nations. So इस पाकिस्तान को अगर आपने बचाना है through education, through concept of इंसानियत, Islamiyat, and then Pakistaniyat. Instill this spirit of nationalism. Only then you can, I see the survival of this nation. Inshallah, this nation would stay. This nation would survive. The only thing is we have to have the right directions. Now I've just left this subject here. Coming over to now, one part I said the teacher. The next important stakeholders are parents. Parents have huge responsibility on their shoulders. Please understand your responsibilities. यहाँ पर बहुत सारे couples बैठे हुए हैं, बहुत सारी ladies बैठी हुई हैं. पेरेंट का पढ़ा लिखा होना जरूरी नहीं है. अनपढ़ पेरेंट्स के भी बच्चे जो हैं वो साइंटिस्ट हैं. What is more important for the parents is understanding their obligations as parent. And what is foremost important thing? Their personal relation. मियाँ बीवी का अपना का relation. If the husband is respecting the wife, let me tell you, your kids would automatically flourish. Because we have to invest on that mother. We have to invest on that mother. Napoleon ने कहा था ना, give me the, वो उसने कहा था, give me the best mother, I can give you the best nation. So mother is center of gravity. And for that, a man has the responsibility. What I got from my parents had a very good relation. हमें नहीं पता कभी वो जिंदगी में लड़े हों. They both were concentrating on building our personalities. एक बच्चा घर में से माँ बाप की लड़ाई देखकर यहाँ पर स्कूल में आ रहा होगा. Do you understand what psychological impact it would have on that mind of that kid? He would be lost. Just the body would be present here in this school. Do we understand our responsibilities as parents? Please understand your obligations as parent. Don't leave it only to the teacher. In the school, he is here only for 4 hours maximum. For 20 hours, he is with you. Take out 8 hours sleep, rest 12 hours, he is in the homely environment. If your environment in the house are good, I can assure you that your kids would not fail. Kids would not fail. Today, आजकल हमारे neighborhood में social media and other things, there are so many distractions. There are so many ills. Father is sitting in his own corner chatting. Mother is sitting in her own corner chatting with her friends. And they give a mobile to the young kid also in their hand. Hey, chup karke बैठा रहे 3 साल का बच्चा, and he should just be playing on this mobile. क्या जुल्म कर रहे हैं आप अपने बच्चों पर? Are you giving time to your kids? Are you going out with them to play? Are you teaching them the right kind of, good and bad values? If you implement those good values on yourself, let me tell you, without even telling, your kids would follow. It's a very bad thing, but I would narrate. I was a brigade major. As a major, इंसान ब्रिगेड मेजर के तौर पर 9.5 साल मेरी सर्विस थी और थका हुआ आना, एंटी डाइकॉइट्स ऑपरेशन थे, घर आया और आई वाज स्लीपिंग. माय किड्स वर प्लेइंग इन द लाउंज एंड उस वक्त तो फोन होते थे, एंड माय वाइफ वाज आल्सो प्लेइंग विद द किड्स. बैटमैन ने फोन आया, मिसेस ने कहा उसको उठाओ, तो ही सेड कि साहब घर पे नहीं है. माय वाइफ इमीडिएटली चेक्ड द बैटमैन बिकॉज माय किड्स वर आल्सो लिसनिंग. उसने कहा बेटा साहब घर पर हैं और इनसे पूछो अगर कोई ज़रूरी काम है तो हम अभी उठवा देते हैं, वो सिर्फ 2 घंटे की नींद करते हैं, तो अदरवाइज. उन्होंने कहा नहीं जी कोई ज़रूरी काम नहीं है, तो मैं इंशाल्लाह जब वो उठेंगे बात कर लूँगा. एंड माई वाइफ टॉट माई किड्स, बेटा कभी जिंदगी में झूठ नहीं बोलते. किसने सिखाया सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन? किसने सिखाया कि झूठ नहीं बोलना? आवर पेरेंट्स. मुझे तकलीफ होती है जब मैं इस माशरे को देखता हूं कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं. हम आज इस सोशल मीडिया की वजह से कहां जा रहे हैं. प्लीज डोंट इन्वेस्ट इन प्रॉपर्टी. अल्लाह का शुक्र अदा करें कि आपके पास कोई शेल्टर है रहने के लिए. इन्वेस्ट ऑन योर किड्स. प्लीज इन्वेस्ट ऑन द एजुकेशन ऑफ योर किड्स. दैट इज माई रिक्वेस्ट टू द पेरेंट्स. थोड़ा खा लें पर बच्चों की सेहत पे और बच्चों की तालीम पे तवज्जो दें. योर नेक्स्ट जनरेशन वुड बी बेटर देन यू. That should be your first objective of life. और जब आप अपना, जो मैं कहता हूं, अपनी घर वाली की इज्जत करवाएंगे तो आपकी इज्जत खुद ब खुद होगी. जिस माशरे ने अपनी औरत की इज्जत ना की वो माशरा तरक्की कर नहीं सकता. तो जितने यहां पर ये बड़े चौड़े चौड़े बन के बैठे हुए मर्द हजरात, खुदा का वास्ता है अपनी औरतों की इज्जत करना सीख लो. अपने घर से ये काम शुरू करो. Don't look outside. That's all I wanted to say about this school and the learning environment. Thank you very much for patient hearing. मैं थोड़ा सा इस एजुकेशन के मामले में जज्बाती हो जाता हूँ बिकॉज हमें स्कूल में तो कोई फॉर्मल एजुकेशन मुझे नहीं मिली, बट मुझे मेरे माँ बाप ने एजुकेशन दी. And they produced 2 journals, from just one home and one brigadier. What else is required by my father? When he left, there was not a दो कमरों का रहने का flat with my mother. That's the reality of life. A man dying in grade 22, and I was just in matric class. My younger brother was just in third class, and we both are journals today. Why? Why? Rizq-e halal. Rizq-e halal. Rizq-e halal. जब तक आप रिज़्क़ हलाल नहीं खिलाएंगे अपनी औलाद को, तो औलाद कहां से अच्छी निकलेगी? हम किन चीजों में पड़े हुए हैं माशरे में? खुदा का वास्ता है, अपनी प्रायोरिटीज को सीधा करें. That's all I wanted to say with regards to DHA home community. I think Brigadier Iftikhar Alam has spoken a lot about it. I requested Brigadier Iftikhar Alam in January 21, please come and join me. You know, when I was given this task, I had rolled this entire project much earlier than he came, but it's me to craft a vision, give a direction, and set the right priorities, guide my people, and give them the resources to execute the task. Remember, if your executors, the doers, are not good, the success can't be achieved. So the team that you see here of the DHA administrator, DHA homes, and the land and the valley development and extension development, they are all good executors and they are doers. And I am proud of them. I am proud of all of them. I could have changed this community had you cooperated little earlier. Till today, we are paying so much from our own pocket. But gentlemen, don't always depend on the state money. You should pay, contribute. I can assure you that जहां आज ये 70-80 लाख से 8 मरले का 1.5 करोड़ पे चला गया है, this I can change this community into one of the best living community in Pakistan. Go and see Askari 11 Sector C of Shodha town. It is the best colony in the entire Lahore. Go and see it on the web page. This has far better potentials. Remember, you are important stakeholders. हम अपनी छोटी छोटी जाती अपना फायदों से इंटरेस्ट से हट के we should think of this community. This is just a one small little contribution. Plazas are coming up. I've already tasked Brigadier Iftikhar Alam since long कि जी इसको iconic किस्म का जो है पार्क बनाए with the best equipment, playing equipment in this park. Then I want to come up with some sports ground. Then I want to come up with some community halls. But all this is possible if you also take the responsibility on your shoulders. You want to avail everything without paying? That's not possible, gentlemen. That's not possible. You have to bear something. If you entirely leave it to us, then I think it is not a good thing. So please, there are community obligations. These are homes. Home alone is nothing. Home alone have to be converted into a respectable, honorable, living community. And community concept first warrants your own responsibility as the stakeholders. If you are not mutually supporting us, let me tell you, Brigadier Iftikhar Alam would not do anything, would not be able to do anything, then I may not be able to give him the additional resources and the task. So इसलिए अपनी obligations को समझे. This community is rightly located, bridge is coming up, so you are connected, about to be connected with expressway DHA and Islamabad. You are already linked to Color Saida. And though so many other infrastructure is coming up, in 1.5 years we have totally, what is my biggest challenge? I took very major decisions. कि यार लोगों की liability खत्म करनी है, लोगों की miseries खत्म करनी है. When I was taking this decision, कि यार लोगों को plot दो, साथ में हम कुछ पैसे देंगे. People said, नहीं sir, people are going to go in the courts. I said, people will take it. Because उनकी 10 साल की sufferings को, we had to alleviate those sufferings. Alhamdulillah, 90% DHA home is now cleared. I took over only 11%. From 11%, and inshallah, I see this project completing by end of this year. I may not be here, but I request Brigadier Iftikhar Alam to don't leave this project. It's my earnest request to you, sir. You have been my instructor. You are my instructor. You taught us what to do. You have to have the ownership for this society. I'm leaving you behind to take care of this society and the school and other infrastructure which is to come. So it is a trust and a promise between you and me that you're not going to go away. I'm sure, sir, it's enough for today. You should clap for Brigadier Iftikhar Alam and for his entire team. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of the entire DHA home team. And I salute all of you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for holding you for such a long time in this hot weather. This is the first function of school. Brigadier Iftikhar Alam is little miser on the funds, and he did not install even a AC here. So you have to bear with this sweat that I'm also bearing. But doesn't matter. Your kids should be sweating. Don't keep them in the ACs. That's not good. If you want them to be strong in their life, they should learn to live in the weather of Pakistan. Thank you very much. May Allah be with you. May Allah be with your families. May we live together. Allah Ta'ala Pakistan को और इस मुल्क को हिफ्ज़ व अमान में रखे और अल्लाह ताला हम सब के घरों में खुशियाँ लाए. Ameen. Thank you very much once again. Thank you.
I would request all the guests to kindly proceed for the lunch. And after that, you can also have the visit of the building.